Suspension issue is all they really want to hear about. Could also be the flat tires or busted airbags, but the only thing that we have on the front of this tractor is suspension, so this is a suspension issue. Our lights, or lenses in this case, because we don't care if the lights actually work, all of my lenses are clean, they are clear, they are not damaged, and they are all the proper color. The proper color would be amber for the running lights and the clearance lights, and clear for the headlights. That's it. Puddles, your leaks. So there's no puddling underneath my engine or my transmission. I don't have any leaks. That's it. Locked it.
Wasn't me. On my side.
Just don't lock it. I look goofy over here. Oops.
It's still
So you're supposed to do 3 points of contact for this. Alright. On this side, the only thing we need to talk about is our coolant reservoir. Our coolant reservoir is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, it is not damaged in any way, it's not leaking. And the cap is secure. It's tight. That's it. Let's go to the other side. That's it. That is it. Coolant reservoir. Yes. It literally says it on here.
What about the
Right there. Coolant. Say coolant.
So you ain't got to add all the other stuff. No more like cool.
Nope.
Super simple. Yeah.
Nope.
Normally you have to.
All right. On this side of our engine, we're going to talk about the air lines, which are all the way up here. They're these nice, pretty colored lines. They are all properly secured on both ends, and they're properly mounted. They have no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. That is it. Oil. We don't have to touch it. We don't have to do anything. We just got to talk about it. To check my oil, I would pull out the dipstick, wipe it off, stick it back in, pull it back out, make sure it's between add and full, or just say it's full. Stick it back in. I'm done with that. The oil cap is secure. It's tight. It's not leaking. Power steering reservoir. Properly mounted and secured. Has all the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. It's not cracked or broken or leaking. The cap is tight. The hoses are all properly mounted and secured on both ends for my entire steering system. All the hoses. They have no abrasions, bulges, or cuts. They have all the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. Steering gearbox. Properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It is not leaking. Has all the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. You're going to notice I'm going to say these words a lot. Oh shit, how did he word this?
Four components. It was all.
No. He worded it so much better earlier. It was awesome. My steering linkage system is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It has all of the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing, including my castle nuts and my cotter keys. All of my joints, sockets, and knuckles are not cracked, bent, or broken. That's it. That is all of these pieces here. It's all the steering system. After I'm done with the steering system, go into my leaf springs. My spring mounts are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. Have all the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. The leaf springs themselves, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. None of them are shifted or missing. They are secured to the axle with the proper U-bolts. The U-bolts are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Have all the proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. Shock absorber, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not leaking. It does leak, so make sure you say it's not leaking. My brake line, or brake hose if you prefer, is properly connected on both ends. The connections are not cracked, bent, or broken. They are not leaking. The hose itself, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it's not leaking. My brake drum and brake lining, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, no discoloration. Main thing, no contaminants. Contaminants might be oil, grease, or debris. That's it. My rim on both sides, properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It is, it has no illegal welds or illegal holes. Tire sidewall on both sides, properly mounted and secured to the rim. no abrasions, bulges, cuts, no punctures. My tread depth for my steer tires, minimum 4/32. I have proper tread depth all the way around. It's not uneven. There are no flat spots. That's really all you gotta say. There's no like chunks missing out or whatever. Lug nuts. They're all properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked or damaged or missing. They don't have any rust trails, no shiny threads, and there are no oblong or wallered out holes. And the valve stem, which is where you would check your air pressure. Air pressure needs to be 100 psi or manufacturer specification. The valve stem itself is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it is not leaking. It has a proper metal cap. Make sure you mention the metal cap. That is it for that section. Over here to my door. The mirror, properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. The glass is clean and clear, and it's also not damaged. And it has proper hardware. None of it is loose or missing. The light or lens, proper color, orange, amber, whatever color you want to say. It is properly mounted and secured. It is clean and clear, and it is not damaged. Battery box, properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. You do have to remove the battery box. I'm not going to because it's a pain in the ass. But because you guys are going to have the one with the door. So you open the little door, you make sure the door is secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Open the door up. Talk about how the batteries are all there. They're not shifted or missing or broken in any kind of way. They're not leaking. Make sure you mention the cables. How the cables are all properly secured on both ends. They're not worn, frayed, torn, cut, no melted or exposed wires. And make sure there is no, what's that freaking word? The blue shit. There you go, corrosion. No corrosion. None at all. All right, that's it for that section. Our DEF tank and our fuel tank, both of them at the same time. We do not mention levels or depths or nothing like, we don't give a shit. Both of them are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. They are not leaking. Their caps are secured. They're tight. The hoses for both of them, properly mounted and secured on both ends. No abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. Our frame, properly mounted and secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken. Has no illegal welds, no illegal holes. Airlines, properly mounted and secured on both ends. No abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. You can even mention the steel braided wire, but you're not required to. I always do. The glad hands are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and they are properly sealed with the rubber grommets that are required to have. The electrical line or pigtail, properly secured on both ends. It doesn't have any cuts. It's not worn, torn, frayed, nothing like that. No melted or exposed wires, and it is properly secured with the proper locking mechanism on both sides. Do want to mention on both sides. Your apron. Your apron is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. No illegal welds. No rust holes. It is secured to your skid plate. There is no gap between my skid plate and my apron. The skid plate is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it is properly greased. The release arm, which controls the locking jaws, it is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it is secured in a lock position. The locking pins to move the sliding fifth wheel are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. They are not missing, and they are secured in a lock position. If you want to climb underneath the truck, I don't, but you can. The kingpin is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. The locking jaws are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. They are locked around the shank of my kingpin. There is no free play at all. I have proper clearance between my rear of my tractor and my landing gear. Remember that, proper clearance. No more 3-foot gaps or anything like that. Proper clearance, that's it. Landing gear, properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It is fully raised up and in a locked position. There is no debris on my foot pads. And the handle is locked in the secured locked position, or however you want to say that. The DOT tape, or reflective tape, on the side of my trailer is clean, clear. It's not damaged, even though it technically is. And it is red and white, and it is properly secured. We don't have to talk about this light. We don't have to talk about that light up there. We already did our lights. Coming down here, we're going to talk about the floor of my trailer, the wooden part here. It is not damaged. There are no holes. It will secure my load. My cross members, that's these bad boys right here that go that way. They are all properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. None of them are missing. The frame, the tandem frame. Go over this again. This is the frame. This is a rail. It does not count as a frame. This is the frame. If you come over here, Darius, and you talk about your frame right here, that is not the frame. This is your suspension. Do not talk about your frame there. Talk about your frame here. Touch this part. My frame is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It has no illegal welds, no illegal holes. That is it for your frame. Your release valve, or some trailers have a release arm. That one has an arm. Release valve is right there. These are air-operated tandems. So the release valve is secured in a locked position. You can tell because the pins are secured in a locked position. There's 2 pins on this side that pop out, 2 on the other side. We're done with this part. We don't have to talk about any of this. Going back here to the rear of your trailer. Sorry. On the rear of your trailer, you want to mention all of the lenses. They are all the proper color, red. They are clean and clear, and they are properly mounted and secured. And the DOT tape, again, properly mounted and secured, red and white, proper color, and it is clean and clear and not damaged. That is your pre-trailer. That is all of it.